After high school, I started going to college. I ended up going for about 2 years. I dropped out because I just started using drugs, and I wasn't able to keep up with my grades because I was more worried about getting high than doing my schoolwork.
College really just taught me how to drink, and I was very good at it.
I started with weed, alcohol, then it led to pills, and then you just got to a point where I'm on my own. I was kicked out at 18 and had to survive.
I fell off a cliff, man. I started running from God. Started running to relationships or drugs or anything else to try to fill that.
I would do okay for a little while, but then I would just end up losing everything all over again. I think I would have it, and I didn't.
I fell right back into the same habits. Ended up running into some of the same people that I knew. Didn't change, the crowds I was hanging around, the things I was doing.
I was going in and out of jail all the time. I just knew if I didn't stop, I was gonna die.
My little sister looked up a place for me, and my mom got a hold of me and told me it's now or never. Time to get fixed.
13 months, I heard about it. I'm like, there's no way I'm doing 13 months. Like, that's crazy.
And I came into the Refuge the first time, September 18th. I stayed for 5 weeks. I left, and I came back 24 days later, and here I am.
When I got here, I was very sick of drugs, and my first reaction was, I need to be here. This is the place where I need to be.
It was humbling for sure, but that's what I needed. God knows exactly what we need when we need it.
When I came back the second time, I could not wait to get back in the door. I knew what this place was about. I knew what God had to offer and how he worked in this place.
The first thing that Tom Meyer asked, he's the director in Lancaster, and I actually went through with him. He was like, so what did you miss? Obviously it was actually being committed to God, wanting to actually change.
I wasn't really used to all the love and affection from the guys, because it's kind of weird coming from a group of guys,
My key focal point was the men around me and being vulnerable with them and loving them and allowing them to love me.
To be able to talk to these guys about things that I've never talked to anyone else before, it's a feeling that I don't think you'll be able to find anywhere else but here.
Because it really showed me what a brotherhood's supposed to be. Like, it does, in order for someone to be your brother, like, it doesn't have to be blood related. It has to come from whoever God sends you, and that's actually healthy for you and will help build you up and not tear you down.
And I've never came to a place and the guys just, are so genuine people, and they're trying to do the same thing that you're trying to do as well. The Refuge is a great place.
Learn how the Bible wants us to treat other people. Not very many people are brought up that way. It's hard to keep the mindset of treating other people how you want to be treated as opposed to how they're treating me.
I've definitely learned how important it is to have support. It's an amazing thing. I mean, you need it because you don't always realize what's going on with you. You need somebody else to tell you, hey, I noticed you're kind of slipping on this area. You need to work on it, man. We're worried about you. Because we don't always notice what's going on, so we need that outside help to help keep us together.
We're not meant to be alone. And in our addiction, as much as we want to say we had friends, everybody in that world is looking for an angle. And the ones that truly love you, say my parents, for example. I didn't want their love at that time. I sought other avenues to find that joy. And there's just nothing that can fill that void like Christ.
I focused on that relationship because I knew that that's the only way I was going to get through this. Once that kind of settled in a little bit, it just carried on from there.
It's a tough thing to be fully committed. You're always holding on to something, but I think fully being ready for that relationship, that you're gonna finish this out with the Lord.
I've came through here before and I still tried it my way, you know, going around the same people, doing the same things, having the same mindset, and it just didn't work out. I've tried things my way. You know, it's time to try things His way.
I know if I just be patient, be still, God is working in my life. God is doing His thing, not just here at the Refuge, but He's everywhere. He's working on my family, He's working on other people's family. He's getting things in place. He's paving a way while I'm doing service, missionary work here.
1 Corinthians 13:13, and now abide faith, hope, and love, these three, but the greatest of these is love. I found so much love here that I couldn't find outside of my family.
Coming through it the first time, we knew we've seen it work. You know, I've seen it work in the lives of many men. You know, the ones that, you know, surrender to it and work it and continue staying plugged in with the community around them and all that. And I think there's a level of being like, well, I want that too. You know, I want to be able to do that. And I can do that. I need to surrender to it.
And God is the main source within this place that helps draw those close to you, be able to have those relationships to keep you sober and keep you on the right track that you need to be on.
Communing with God, really being a safe place to learn what a real relationship with Jesus Christ is.
God's will is exponentially bigger and better than our will. Everything happens on God's timing and not yours. Makes dealing with challenges a lot more acceptable.
Life is pretty easy. It's just having a relationship with the Father. That's all it's about. And then that comes with your friends, your family, and everybody else. We like to throw a lot of things into it and make it complicated, but it's pretty simple. We get stuck in our own ways thinking that we got all these problems and we got all these issues and stuff like that, but we were meant to have a relationship with Him. Because who else knows it better than God?